Hey guys, you guys seem to enjoy my recruiting video. I'm going to do a series part video where I see if I can build the Kennesaw State Owls. This is a brand new FBS team. They were in the FBS. They just transitioned to the FBS. I'm going to make a series on this team year by year, and we're going to see if I can build them up solely on just recruiting. This is a one-star program. I haven't even looked at the roster yet. So we're going to take the highest challenge probably in the game and see if we can build them into a legitimate football program. Again, my coach name is Hugh Jass. I run the spread offense, and I'm going to run a base 3-4. So just off of that, none of those were the fit for Kennesaw State. So I have to recruit a whole new roster of players that will actually fit what I want to do. So before we even check for recruits and what we could possibly land, I want to take a look at their roster and depth chart, and I'm going to look to see what exactly we need. So looking at QB, right off the bat, our QB is a sophomore with an overall 63. That is a problem. Let's take a look at our halfback. Our halfback is not bad. He's a senior, but if you take a look who's next up, we have a freshman redshirt who's actually an overall 69. That's not bad. But more importantly, we have a junior who's already a 79, and we don't really have a serious need for halfback right now because we have basically a cushion year with that junior, so he can be a senior next year, which gives us basically another year of cushion to recruit one when we need it. Same thing with our wide receivers. This actually doesn't look bad. It's the only problem is we have 4 juniors, so they're all going to leave around the same time if they don't transfer, and we only have 1 freshman. That's a problem. So obviously wide receiver is going to have to be a need here. Tight end, not too bad. We'll need one. Let's check our linemen. We have a junior left tackle, 2 junior left tackles. Our left guards are actually solid. Believe it or not, a 70 overall freshman is not bad for this program. And then we also have a left guard, sophomore, not bad. The offensive lineman is not going to be a big need this year for recruiting. They're actually very young, and they're actually not that bad overall. Now, right tackle is a serious need. We'll have to remember that. Let's check this. So we have a sophomore, actually 80 overall with a speed rusher. So he actually fits off his archetype. He actually fits what we need in a 3-4. That's awesome. We can build around him. And actually, our right ends aren't bad either. Our defensive tackles aren't bad. The defense on this roster is actually not bad overall, and it's actually relatively young. There's not many seniors. This is actually really good. Their corners are good. Let's check their safeties. Wow, to be honest, I don't think there's a single senior starter on the defense. So right now, we know our massive need is obviously QB, a couple wide receivers, a right tackle, and pretty much anything else we can find. So really what we need to find and recruit this year actually isn't that bad. Again, I'm running on a Heisman difficulty, so that includes recruiting. We are in Georgia. Kennesaw State is a school in Georgia, so we have that for pipeline. Obviously, we're going against the Georgia Bulldogs and a couple other colleges that are probably better. This is a one-star program, so I'm not expecting much our first year, and I'm going to simulate all the games. I'm not going to play them because I feel like it kind of tarnishes what we're trying to do here. So looking at our recommended, pretty much what I expected as far as the talent that would want to even come to our school, and a lot of them are all from Georgia. So now, keep in mind, Georgia is a great place to recruit players. So this guy is an 1,800. Free safety was kind of a need. We had a junior starter, so we're going to go ahead and target him because he's actually not bad. So this guy, believe it or not, middle linebacker, almost 1,000 rank. We'll scout him and we'll figure out, but he's a middle linebacker. He's a pass coverage, so that's kind of what you want. We're looking for that. That's good. And then a corner man-to-man. In a 3-4, you're playing a lot of man-to-man, so we'll take that. Let's just take a look. Now, being a program like this, you're going to have to try and find players that aren't interested in your school, and you're just going to have to pray. So we'll take another corner here. We're kind of just looking around at rank. Let's see if anything we need. There's actually another corner that's interested, and he doesn't live that far, Florida, so we could hit on that. And then also another 1,000 corners. So we have a good amount of corners that are interested in our program. We're going to take the strong safety. So as you can tell, we're kind of just cycling through and seeing what we can find. Right now, I haven't found a right tackle worthwhile. I'm wondering why all these corners are interested in us. I'm not really seeing anything else that's a giant, huge, like, you know, just something we really need to look at. Now, we don't really want that for a linebacker, especially an outside. That's not really something we need. So I think after our recommended here, we're going to have to kind and try to find, just kind of handpick players here. So a power rusher, left end, he's in Florida. He's almost in 1,000 rank. I can promise you by like week 8 or 9, there's going to be way better schools looking at this player. We're going to try and see if we can snag him early. So we actually have a left outside linebacker as a rusher here too. Looking at his schools that he's interested in, chances are these schools recruiting him not very high. So we're going to take a chance on that. Obviously, being what we have right now, we're going to have to just try and take some risks. We have no options here. So we're going to take a look at pipelines. We do need a right tackle. I do remember us needing a right tackle. So we're going to go ahead and look at tackles here. So looking here, obviously a top 300 prospect. We're not even going to try to take an attempt on that. We do have a 783. Of course, his first school is Georgia. We're going to look at the next available guy here. Proximity, see the deal breaker in the bottom right here. A deal breaker for him is you need to be close to home. That's good for us because obviously we are at his home. He is in Georgia. But not only that, he needs at least a B-. So the chances of him wanting a school way out of nowhere is really low. So we have a good chance on this player, and we're also going to look at this guy too. I just think these are a little too high for us. We're kind of shooting for the stars there. So now what we really need here, and what I have been avoiding, is we need a QB really bad because our QB is just not it. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at these two here. I think 700. He is in Georgia. The chance of him Georgia, Georgia University being interested in him is pretty small. We got a scrambler and an improviser, which honestly isn't a bad archetype for us because we just kind of need. We're gonna take a flyer on this guy for now, but he's gonna be our main recruit because obviously, as you could tell from looking at our depth chart, our roster was just not very good. Now, from what I remember, our D tackles were solid, middle linebacker was solid, corners were solid. I think the rest of our offense was solid. I like having 12 targets here. I think this isn't bad, and I think we really can spend all of our hours on these 12 guys because they're not standout prospects, but we have solid chances on them mainly because of pipeline. So I know we didn't fill out our 35 targets here, but if we really focus on these 12, now remember on the roster, there wasn't a lot of seniors. So having, sucking up and taking the 12 prospects instead of just blowing, our load on all of them on 35 or 30, I think we have a good chance here of just going after these 12. Now, this video is literally just off the top of my head. I'm just playing and recording at the same time, so I know we're not really going off of much here. There is no script. I'm literally just playing and talking and commentating. I hope you guys enjoy this video. So we're going to go ahead and offer all of these a scholarship. We got a little bit of everything we wanted, and we're taking a flyer on some of these players who have no interest in us, but we have them in pipeline. So we're going to pray that we can at least have a shot on some of these guys. Now, remember, we are probably the worst program in FBS. So we are not going to customize our schedule. We are going to play whoever they give us, and we're going to get right into this. So we're going to advance a week here. Now, believe it or not, a pro potential C for this school is actually kind of crazy. Let's go to recruiting. We're going to take a look and see if anyone has changed. So overall, right here, right now, we are already number 1 on this guy's board, number 1 on his board. See, this is good. We have a top 1,000 player, about 1,100, and the schools that he are interested in is Florida State, Auburn, Kentucky. You have Georgia Southern in there. You have Louisville, Georgia Tech, and Georgia. A lot of these schools are not even going to blink their eyes at this guy. And if they do, it's probably not until week 12, 13, when those schools have already missed on players that they wanted, or they already have them, and they're desperate to get another player. So now if we can just pounce on this guy immediately, we can get him before the other schools notice him. So we're going to take a flyer on this guy. But now that we only have 12 targets, we can actually spend a good amount of hours on these players right away. So we can automatically just drop 25 hours on them and not even have to worry about it. Same thing with these guys. They all consider us first now. So we are going to take advantage on this. And we are just going to drop our 25 each on him, contact friends and family. And if we have a little bit extra, I'd like to scout the QB and just see if he's worthwhile, because we still have time to select another QB if we want one instead of him. So we're going to go ahead and finish these out. Now we actually do have more hours than I thought we would, but again, 25 to him. And then we are going to scout him just to make sure he's somewhat decent. So his throw power is actually really good. His deep accuracy is not bad at all. His speed is good, and his agility, sorry. So throw on the run, 82. Short accuracy is pretty bad. He's headstrong. This is actually not a bad recruit at all. 6 foot, about 207. This is not a bad recruit at all. So what we're going to do is once we get these hours back from scouting him, we are immediately going to drop the house on this guy. This is a great prospect for us. They're right about the rank. We are reaching for this guy at 1,000. If we can land him, this player alone would help us change our program from like a 1-win school to like a 4 or 5 pretty much almost immediately. So we're going to go ahead and advance a week here. We have a bye week. And let's see who we play first. Again, I didn't touch the schedules, so we're playing who we play. Now, this guy, unfortunately, we were just talking so high about that quarterback, he already said, no, I'm not interested. So now we need to go right back to the drawing board. But that's great because now we have these leftover hours. We can find another QB and immediately drop the house on them if we want to show that we are immediately interested in him. So we're just going to go ahead and look at all quarterbacks here. Now we have a QB here, and actually in Louisiana, basically the same rank as the one we just found, and we already know that he's interested in us. He's a field general. Now, if he's interested in us, that's a little skeptical because living in Louisiana and interested in Kennesaw State is kind of a red flag, but we'll take a look. Now, we're not going to have time to scout him right at this second, but he is interested in us, so that is something good that we can take advantage of. We're going to go ahead and send our scholarship, and then eventually, right now, we have no choice. We have to get a quarterback. We have no choice. Otherwise, we got to look at the transfer portal. I want us to get a recruit now. We have to change our quarterback room immediately. We're going to send the house, and we're going to see what this guy is about. So looking at this, his stats are not good. He's not good under pressure. His speed is not good. His strength is not good. He's okay in play action. He's okay on throwing the run. Now, looking at his throw power, it looks like it's well above average. His awareness is well above average, and his deep accuracy is well above average. That's actually pretty good. So right now, this recruit is looking to be just literally a mid prospect. That's okay. We're playing UTSA our first game, which is a borderline fringe. They have been a fringe, about top 20 team the last couple of years, surprisingly. We're just going to advance the week. Again, we're not playing these games. We're simulating. These are literally just videos for you to show me how year by year, how we recruit and see if we can turn this school around. So it looks like the QB that we were interested in is interested in us. That's good. We're going to go ahead and go right back to recruiting. Let's take a look. All of these prospects so far are interested in us. We already have competition for this guy from UAB. We have massive competition from this guy. He already has a offer from Louisville. That's kind of expected. This guy has an offer from A&M. So as you can see, we already have competition from big schools. That's not ideal. Now, this guy's already close to committing to A&M. We are just going to try, DM the player, see if we can get a little more interest out of him. Same with this guy, because this is a good recruit for us. He fits our archetype. We want this guy. Now, let's hope that Louisville kind of gives up on him or they find somebody else. We're going to recruit. We're going to put 10 extra hours into him. There goes the rest of our hours. And we're going to go ahead and upgrade our coach real quick. We're immediately going to go to recruiting. We're going to upgrade our QB recruiting because that's very important, and when you want QBs, you need to be able to land them. So we're going to go ahead. Obviously, we lost to UTSA. We'll check scores here in a minute. We're playing the Raging Cajuns, one of my favorite mascot names. We're going to go ahead and go simulate. Great. So honestly, we are not in bad shape. Now, ask me in 3 weeks how this team is doing as far as recruiting. Probably not going to be very good, but we'll take a look. So as you can see, I had some players, I simulated really fast there, but we had some players that are already risking transferring just because I switched the offense. Obviously, they're not going to like that. So we have no hours to use. That's going to be a problem, but we'll find out pretty soon here what we're working with. So far, our top 6 guys that we've targeted are all really interested in us. Now, this guy, he already has a visit week 5. That's a problem. More than likely, we're going to lose this guy. But is that big of a deal? No. There's a couple reasons why it's not big of a deal. Number one, he's a 2,000 prospect. Those are a dime a dozen for us. Not a problem. He doesn't really fit our archetype, and we already have a sophomore strong safety, so it doesn't really matter. Honestly, if we want the hours now, we could just drop him now, and I think that's what we're going to do. So we'll take our leftover 30 hours here, and as you can see, we took a big jump on Louisville on this guy. As you can see, remember how Louisville was in front? Now we're in front just from DMing the player, and just like this guy too, we just took the lead on him over A&M. Now, that's because A&M has probably only put like 5 or 10 hours in him, so we're showing more interest. Again, I'm playing on the highest difficulty here. That includes recruiting, so this is going to be tough. It is going to be tough. We have a 30 extra hours. A couple of these people are ready for visits. So I think we're going to go ahead and pick one that we really, really want, and we're going to go ahead and give them a visit. But the problem is we need to drop some hours. So we're kind of in a weird spot right now where we have extra hours, but we don't really know where to put them. I'm not really sure if we want to visit players yet, but we're going to take this guy and we're actually going to give him 10 extra hours just to show that we're interested. And we're going to do the same thing with this guy. And then we're going to go ahead and grab one more that has a little bit of more competition. So this guy has A&M on him as well. The other players don't really have much competition. Now that's yet. Ask me again in 3 weeks when all these other teams are desperate for players. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna scout this guy one more time and just see what's up. So throw power's 88 as a freshman. That's really good. He's a field general. He's clear-headed. That means he doesn't get rattled. That's good. We like that. His strength is not good. His speed is not good. His play action's not that good. Under pressure is a major red flag. Although his accuracy is okay and his short accuracy is good, that's good for the spread offense. That's fine. This QB is a filler QB. This is the prime example of a QB that you might need to start 1, maybe 2 years until you build your program up and you actually land that stud that you've been looking for. So right now, again, we only have 11 prospects targeted. That's okay because we have a lot of starters that are coming back next year. So that's okay. We're not selling ourselves short here at all. Now, are we going to win a game this year? Probably not. That's going to be a problem later on. So again, these guys have hit their top 5s. See how we have a lot of people that are interested in transferring. That's what happens when you switch defenses. This is going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem for us. But I wanted to show you what it's like for a coach to come in and implement something completely different. Our best linebacker is wanting the transfer. That's not good. That's not good. So let's go ahead and take a look. This guy has canceled us out because he doesn't like our play style. Okay, so that gives us an extra 35 hours. That was weird. He just kind of decided to cut us out there. That's okay. So it looks like the rest of these players are actually pretty comfortable with us. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at more prospects here since we do have a little bit of extra hours to use. We're going to look at our recommended, see if we can snag something that we're looking for that's worthwhile. So taking a look, we don't really see anything crazy, but we don't want to drop the rest of our hours on a player that we don't want to work harder than we have to right now. We just need players. So looking through here, wow, we have no other players that are actually interested in us. That comes with being a 1-star program. So let's go back up, see if we can find something. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. All right, so now we're at the top here. There's not much available. There's a free safety, which his deal breaker is proximity to home, so that's okay. I think we're already targeting a free safety. The rest of these prospects are just not really they're basic. They're just not good, but we'll just grab one. We'll grab a middle linebacker. It's fine. It's not a big deal. If anything, he'll be a solid role bench player for us. That guy that gets hyped up in the weight room for everybody. You know, those type of guys. Perfect. We'll grab him. And then we're not going to spend much time on him. We're just going to DM the player. We'll keep the 20 extra hours. In fact, actually, let's just drop them on people that might have a little competition. So this guy, honestly, you know what? This is a really good player for us. I'm wondering if we just drop the house on him. Same with this guy. Both of these players are good concrete starters for our program. I would like to drop the house on one of them, but we wouldn't have enough points to do it for the other one. So let's go ahead and do it on our left end because we did have that one player that was willing to basically threaten to transfer. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and then we're going to go ahead and send the house on this guy. And then we have no extra hours. We have 5 hours. Can't do anything with that. We're just going to go ahead and advance. So honestly, so far recruiting-wise, we're actually not doing we're not doing bad. We're not doing bad at all. We're actually doing better than I thought we would. Now, this scares me a lot, though, but this is what's going to happen, and hopefully we can snag some players in the transfer portal. I hope we can beat an FCS team, but with our quarterback, I'm not exactly sure if that's actually going to happen. Let's take one more look at our recruits. So right now we're in a comfortable lead with pretty much everybody. This one, not so much. He does have other offers, so we're going to go ahead and we are going to search his social media, just add a little bit of extra interest in him. And then if we do decide we want him, we'll use our leftover hours from the other recruits. Hopefully we can land a recruit and then use those hours. So we're going to simulate. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we lost to this FCS team. Our quarterback is absolutely terrible. Oh my gosh. We got the offer. We got the commitment that we needed, guys. This is a massive commitment for the program. We got a QB that will land us, hopefully, for the future, and hopefully a player that will last us a while, and hopefully just a player that will be able to be starter material because our quarterback is straight doo-doo. So we got our quarterback. That's awesome. But you know what's awesome about even more about that is that we just opened up 50 hours to use on other players. So that's great. Oh, we got a defensive player of the week, and we actually ended up winning that game. That's awesome. So we got a win. Now let's take a look. See, we opened up 55 hours. So now we can go to this player right here who's actually getting competition. I'm sorry, it was this player who's, okay, now you see how A&M is really wanting this player, right? Well, now we can go ahead, we can schedule a visit with this guy. And actually, why don't you come against Liberty? Week 9, if we win, it's a massive, now this is where it's awesome. If we somehow beat Liberty, we won't, but if we do, we get a huge boost. But if we lose, we don't really lose anything. That's awesome. So let's go ahead. And he's interested in things that we don't really have to offer, unfortunately. Now, we have really no option. I'm just going to go on playing time. Even though it's not an interest for him, it's an A+. Maybe he'll change his mind. We have no other options right now. So looking at the rest of our players, we don't really have anybody else that has some serious competition. Now, we do have 15 extra hours for this guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these out, and we're going to put them in contact fans and friendly. Good. We got a recruit. We got our QB. Guys, that's awesome. We got a QB. Holy cow. That is literally our QB1. Now, is he going to be an overall 67 next year? Probably, but it's better than what we have. So that's fine. That is totally fine. I'm more worried about the people on our team that want to transfer. That is not good. I'm hoping maybe we can convince a couple of these guys to stay. It looks like the right outside linebacker, the Hobson, number 78 overall, has actually dropped down a little bit. I wonder if that's just from winning. Maybe we can convince him to stay. So another defensive player of the week. Our defense is actually kind of solid. Truly, we have a lot of players that are just not seniors yet. and they could probably develop into a little bit better overall. So we have some extra hours once again. Now this guy's actually getting a visit from UAB at week 10. That's a problem because probably at week 10, if he has a good enough visit, he's probably going to commit to them. So that's an issue. This guy is becoming an issue. We dropped the house on him, and Louisville is already caught up. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back, and we're going to see if we can get a visit with him, which we can't. So we're going to wait on that. So it looks like he doesn't even want to visit us. So that's a problem. So what we're going to do instead is just go ahead and give him 10 extra hours, which for some reason that's not working either. Okay, hang on. So what we're going to do with this guy is we're actually going to switch this up. We're actually going to be desperate here. We're going to sway. We're going to go ahead and sway on proximity to home. And there should be another one where we can actually, right there, perfect. So actually, no. There's a playing time one, I think, that also has proximity. So we'll go ahead and do this one. Now that's sketchy. We're really risking it right here. And we're also going to DM the player. Perfect. So we're switching it up. What we're interested. He doesn't want to visit us for whatever reason. So we're going to go ahead and keep looking here. Now this guy, obviously we have our visit with him week 9. That's good. So hopefully we can get him to commit pretty much right after that visit. That's the goal. So now this guy's getting interest from NC State. Does he want to visit? Perfect. Let's actually drop a visit again on Liberty. We're going to go ahead and focus on proximity to home. It is a check mark for us. That's huge. Recruit. Perfect. We got that visit scheduled. Let's go. So we got that. We have 15 extra hours. Nothing really we can do. Let's see. This guy's getting... So we've climbed a lot on his. Let's check if there's any other competition for our recruits. Not really, or at least nothing. Okay, so this guy, perfect. We can drop this. We actually have plenty. We have the exact hours that we need. We're going to take those hours, and we're just going to go ahead and send the house on him and pray that that's enough to get him. And let's go advance another week. So we're already in week 7. All right, so nobody committed. That's okay. Let's go ahead. I wonder what the transfer portal is going to be looking like for us. So we're already in week 8. The rest of our games should be conference games. So we have, okay, so we took the lead. He doesn't have a visit week 10, though. Does he want to visit yet? He does not. Interesting. Okay. So this guy, we don't really need to waste a visit on him because he has nobody else looking for him. The chances of us landing this recruit are literally 99%. That's good. It's good. That means we can use those 25 hours for something else as well. Let's check the rest of our recruits. We're looking pretty solid, except for this guy. We probably lose him this week because I think it's week 8 this week. So I'm pretty sure we're losing this guy. Not good. This guy, hopefully we have in the bag. Texas A&M has not climbed at all. And actually, it looks like they took their scholarship away. So they actually gave up on this player. That's actually great for us. He comes in week 9. And this guy is close to recruiting for us. Now, other schools want him. I'm kind of curious why. I'm going to scout. So his agility is really good. His speed's really good. His tackle's really good. This might be a gem. His awareness is really bad. His play recognition is really bad. But overall, this might be a character or a player that we might actually want, believe it or not. So we're going to go ahead and simulate. We're going to upgrade our coach next week here. Let's take a look. Awesome. We got another commit, a cornerback from Fort Lauderdale. Perfect. So we got another commit. We're going to go ahead and advance. Now we have a couple visits this week. Actually, you know what? Let me go back and let me upgrade the coach first. We'll just grab a couple things. Now I like to upgrade on my defensive lineman recruiting. I think that's a really important spot. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and drop that. Increase our hours, and then we're also going to do linebackers as well. I feel like linebackers and defensive linemen in a 3-4 are huge, so we need to work on that. Now let's go check recruiting real quick. Honestly, with this amount of leftovers hours, we might be able to get another recruit here. These two look like automatic. It looks like actually NC State dropped his offer, I think. There's another player. So this one right here, he actually didn't commit to Louisville after the week. So technically there's still a chance on this guy. Now why he doesn't, now he wants to do a visit with us, but it's not until week 12. So we're going to go ahead and try. We're going to go ahead and do our proximity to home, and we're just going to try. Why not? We have hours to spend. If he can last till week 12, that's big for us. Let's go back to recruiting because I accidentally exited out. Now that gives us 3 weeks to basically hold off Louisville. Is it going to happen? Probably not, but it's worth a shot. So this is the guy who had NC State on him. Now we have leftover hours. We're going to drop this, and we're going to go ahead and send the house on him. That's a good right tackle. We needed a right tackle. We didn't really have one. Our senior starter was not good. Let's go ahead and simulate to week 9. Nice. So we got our free safety commit, and we got another cornerback commit, and another cornerback commit, and another cornerback commit. That's awesome. Perfect. So we got a couple commits here. We did lose that left end that we really, really wanted to Louisville, the one that we gave the visit. But now we just opened up a lot of hours. So now we can get kind of crafty here. So we already have, 6 commits? That's good. We're going to get ahead and drop him. That gives us a whole whopping 215 hours to really blow. So for some reason, he has 2 visits that we're not going to be able to get to. He doesn't want to visit us. We're just going to go ahead and kind of keep him on the hold. Let's go ahead and check our other players that we're looking at. He actually visited, he visits this week. So both of these players visit this week. So regardless of what happens, I'm pretty sure we're going to land both of those. And then we also have another right tackle that we were looking at. So now we can go ahead and add some prospects. I know we really, 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 really need some defensive linemen. So unfortunately, none of the prospects interested in us are ones that we are actually really needing. We're going to go ahead and have to check my pipelines, and let's go look at defensive ends. So we have one here in Florida who hasn't been offered by anybody yet. Nationally, 432. Now, there's probably a reason. He's a power rusher, 6'4", 292 pounds. That is a great player. Why he hasn't been scouted yet, I'm not sure. Why he hasn't been offered by anybody? Probably because they've scouted him and they've seen. So he doesn't even have a list that we can look at. This guy has no offers. So we're going to go ahead and take a look. This guy doesn't have any offers either. Let's go ahead and snag him. And then, you know what? Let's just try. Why not? Let's just try on one of these players here. So let's go ahead. We got a 6'4", 286. Holy moly, that's a big boy. We're going to go ahead and snag him. Holy shit, 6'4", 280 pounds, a defensive end? Are you kidding me? That guy's massive. Holy cow. So we'll take a look at him, and then let's actually look at D tackles as well, because I don't think we got one. I think we lost on one. So let's go ahead. That's a JUCO. No, we'll wait on that. Let's take a look at all outside linebackers. We do have one here, 192 from Florida, run stopper. And then we also have another run stopper, kind of looking for a power rusher here. That's a good one. He's JUCO as well. You know what? No, he's in Georgia. Let's just take a flyer on it. It's fine. We got our corners. So we added 3 more prospects to our list here. Let's see what this guy, he's a scrambler, so he's a QB. Let's see what the rest of these guys are. Power back, elusive back, run stopper. So this guy he's not showing offers either. He's an elusive back. So a bunch of halfbacks, it looks like. This guy might be an outside linebacker. We'll take a flyer on him, and we're actually going to look at this linebacker, or this halfback too. So we just added about 5 recruits to our board. We have enough hours to where we can drop significant interest on these guys and see if we can land them. So let's go ahead. We're just going to go immediately drop friends and family, offer the scholarships, and get to contact friends and family immediately. And honestly, we might have a little bit of extra time to scout here. So we're going to go ahead and drop all of these. We have more time than I thought. We could actually add another recruit. Why don't we have too much time almost. Let's just grab another recruit. So let's go ahead and take a look. I can't remember if we landed that free safety. I think we did. Let's see if there's anybody else we can kind of look around at. So there is a linebacker. Now, he has a deal breaker that you need to be close to home. We are close to home. Let's take a look on that guy. Actually, you know what? Let's take a look at his overview. He hasn't been offered by anybody yet, and he's wrong guy. So he is wanting Georgia. Like, as soon as Georgia offers a scholarship, he's taking it. So our chances on this guy is very slim. However, we're just going to pray that Georgia is going to drop the ball. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to drop this prospect. That offers 25 extra hours for us, so we can go ahead, offer this scholarship. And since he has no offers, we're just going to go ahead and drop the house on him, and that's fine. We have 25 extra hours here. I would like another run stopper. We do need another linebacker here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a little more interest into these guys because we would like to land these. These are good players. We have a chance with these players. They're not committed to anybody for a reason. So let's go ahead and get rid of them. Get rid of ours, yeah. We're playing Western Kentucky. We're definitely going to lose. Let's go ahead and simulate. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to see. So we got our commit. Awesome. This was a great commit player. That's perfect. Oh my gosh. And we got our right tackle. So that is crazy. We are actually landing players that we have selected before the preseason even started. And we beat out colleges that were actually interested. So let's go. Good. So now this guy's risk of transfer has gone way back up. That's an issue. We'll go ahead and look at that later in the offseason. And we ended up actually beating Liberty. That's cool. What an upset. So let's go ahead and take a look. We actually have a decent amount of recruits. This guy's going to commit. This guy's not interested. 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 Oh, wait. No, we hit 5th, and we actually hit 3rd on this guy. Now, we're actually going to climb more than that. So let's go ahead. We have a ton of hours to spend. So let's go ahead and get risky here. This is where we can start to just shoot our shot and go risky. Let's send the damn house. We're going to go ahead, drop these. And again, we are going to just send it, boys. We are just going to go all in and just see what happens. Take this off, drop the house. We got the recruits, the positions that we were looking for. We got a QB, we got a right tackle, we did get a defensive end. We do want to try on some of these recruits. These are big recruits. Let's send the house and just see what happens. Take these off. And believe it or not, we're actually going to have a couple extra hours here. I do want to scout this middle linebacker. Let's go ahead and take a look. So his tackle's really good. His pursuit is really good. His acceleration is really good. And his agility is actually really good. This is a good prospect. We need to try and land this guy immediately. So we're going to go ahead and keep playing here. We're playing against UTEP. Again, we're in the Conference USA. I'm simulating all of these games. All right, perfect. So all these recruits are still in a good spot with us. And let's take a look. We're playing Sam Houston State, which is also a terrible school. So perfect. We might have a chance to win. Let's go ahead and take a look at our hours. So we got our scouting hours back. This guy is looking. He's going to commit at some point. We took first on this guy. We took first on this guy. And we took first on him, and him, our big recruit here. So we have not enough hours to drop more interest. So let's go ahead and start scouting some of these players to make sure we're making a good decision since we do have leftover. So this guy, oh, baby. This guy is an absolute gem. His acceleration is good. Pursuit is good. Speed is good. Tackle could be better. His play recognition is not good. But this is a good, clear-headed too, so he doesn't get rattled. This is a good player. This is a good player for our program. 6'4", 291. This is a good player for our program. I'm excited. Let's see if we can land him. Let's go ahead and go to our next week. Now, we're running out of time here, so we need to try and land some of these recruits. Otherwise, we got to pray that we land them in the offseason. So, again, we're still first on some of these guys. It looks like the playing style, the risk of transferring for some of these players has actually gone down. It looks like they're trying to potentially buy into the program. So, player of the week for 3 tackles and 1 tackle for loss. Awesome. So we ended up actually losing to Sam Houston State. It's not that big of a deal. So let's go ahead, take a look at our board. Our board is still looking more solid than you would think. This guy is going to recruit or land at some time. He is basically ready to land with us. That's awesome. And this guy's a gem. This guy is getting there. Oh, this guy is about ready to commit. This guy is not. See, now this is where the other schools start coming in. See, you have Nebraska and you have Louisville. Now they're showing interest because they're running out of recruits and they need to grab some. So this guy is clearly getting scouted by big schools, and I wouldn't be surprised if A&M and Florida jump into the mix here. And we also have nobody for him and nobody for him yet. This is perfect. This is good. We're in a good spot. This guy is it's going to take a while for him to commit, but I feel like he will in the offseason. So this guy is good. Let's take a look at our other right end here. I'm curious by this guy because nobody else has recruited him. Another gem. Holy. And this is the 6'4", 286 guy. He has winning time and defensive line rally for his attributes or for his mentals. This is another gem, guys. Look at that acceleration. 82 and a speed 80 for a defensive end power rusher. Look at that strength and the tackle, the agility. This is a recruit we need. Holy cow. Can you imagine if we actually land that guy? That's like a stepping stone, like block builder for us. That's huge. Let's go ahead and simulate. Great, we're still first for those guys. The risk of transferring has actually gone down for some of those players. We got another player of the week, Jordan Miles, with a sack, 2 tackles for loss, and 7 tackles. That's awesome. I'm really happy we got that commit from that quarterback. That was just awesome. Got that right away. So our class isn't looking too bad here. Good. See, now here comes Nebraska out of nowhere. Good. So now here's a problem is that we don't have enough hours to offer a visit. So we're kind of just banking on hoping that none of these other schools offer visits and that they just kind of commit or they go away. So that's a problem here. Now we don't really need another right tackle. So if we wanted to, we could drop our hours on this player and just land it on this guy to see if we can get him to visit. And we can't, so it doesn't matter. None of them want to visit anyways, so it's fine. So what we're going to do, kind of like a weird strategy here, but we're going to take away this and we're going to just drop the other 25 hours on him and send the house. If we can get him to commit, that opens up 50 hours. So let's go ahead and advance another week. We're almost towards the end of the season here already. I'm really hoping we can land some of these players, and I'm curious to see how oh, perfect. So we sent the house on him, and he committed. Beautiful. So that just gave us an extra 50 hours. So if we want, we can get another visit, and it looks like the risk of transferring has actually gone down, and we won. We won a game. We're 3-9, guys. That is actually way better than what I thought we would get, especially with an overall 62 starting quarterback. So we're going to go ahead. Let's grab some linemen. Grab this, and we're going to go ahead and grab DBs too. Okay, perfect. So we got that. Go ahead, and it looks like we are good. We're going to go ahead and next to our almost one of our final weeks here. Hopefully we can get some of these recruits to land. So we lost him. He went to Nebraska, which isn't a surprise. That's going to happen. So we're done with the season. We finished 3-9. Let's take a look at our coaching staff. Now I'm going to keep a sharp eye on these guys. Now, first off, right here, this guy says he's an elite recruiter. His pipeline is North Florida, but he's ranked F and he wants the pistol. We don't like that. We also don't really like this guy either. D-. He doesn't run a defense that we want. Let's go ahead and fire both of these and pray that we get a better option and, more importantly, a coach that fits what we want. So as you can see, our scheme is spread and base 3-4. So we're going to try and look for somebody that kind of wants the same thing as us. We can't hire coaches until the next week. So let's go ahead and hire these and see what we can get. So, perfect. We got another recruit, Storm McQueen. That was the gem that we needed. Awesome. So we got that recruit. That is awesome. Awesome. That is an awesome recruit. I cannot believe we just landed a top 400 player. That is a Texas Tech wide receiver, won Heisman. Wow. So we're going to go ahead and look at our managed staff. We're going to go ahead and see if we can find a coach that we're looking for. So he wants the spread. Good. We have a couple options here. Now, he has offers from Kent State, Ball State, Akron, Cincinnati, NIU, and Ball State. So we're going to go ahead. His pipelines, they're both pipelined Illinois, which is actually super interesting. Now, he's the head coach of Kent State. We're going to go ahead and offer him, and we're going to go ahead and see if somehow, some way, we can snag him. Now, let's see. Now, this one's kind of harder to find. I wonder if we can actually find a coach that is a base 3-4. We can't. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to skip that. And we're going to wait another week and see if we can find different ones. Because if you advance a week, they're different coaches. So let's go ahead and take a look at our early signing day as well. So our commitment board is actually not looking bad. Clemson just came into the mix for this guy. That's a problem. So we got a right end. This guy is our best recruit by far. Top 500 recruit. We got our QB, top 1,000. We got a couple other players that we really wanted. A couple QBs, a free safety, a left outside linebacker. That was actually a really good recruit too. And we got a left tackle. He might actually start as a true freshman, and so will the QB. So that's perfect. Let's go ahead and actually, real quick, I wanted to see what we ranked as far as classes. So let's go ahead and take a look. Top classes. So let's go ahead and take a look. We are, oh wow, did I pass us? Are we even on the board? Hey, there we are. Kennesaw State, 73. Actually not bad. Beating North Texas, Cincinnati, Wyoming, Duke, UCFS, San Diego State, FAU, Hawaii, Air Force, Northern Illinois, Fresno State. These are all schools that are better than us. I mean, even a ranked school, Memphis. We have beat quite a bit of teams. So our recruiting class is actually not bad. So let's go ahead and advance a week. See if we can potentially get some of these players that we wanted to commit. So he didn't take our offer, so we need to go ahead and find somebody else. Now, this is actually his offensive coordinator, but we just want someone, and his pipeline is North Florida. That's a good spot. Let's go ahead and toss an offer. It doesn't matter what his rating is right now. Right now, we just need, so he has close to what we're looking for, and his pipeline is in Northern California. So we have a Northern Florida and a Northern California pipeline. If both of these coaches take that, that's big. Those are big pipelines. So let's go ahead and maybe we'll take the offers. Maybe they will. You never know. So let's go ahead and upgrade again. Actually, let's advance a week. Let's go to the end of this. Let's go to the transfer portal. We're going to sim a little bit because we're not missing much. We can't touch the recruits that we've wanted. So let's just simulate. Maybe we land those coaches. Maybe we don't. We'll go ahead and take a look. All right. So let's see if we landed those, or if we're planning on landing those recruits. So let's take a look. So we're just going to go ahead and schedule a visit right off the bat. We're going to go right to playing at home. He's interested in playing at home, and we're going to contact friends and family. We're going to add even a little bit more on there. Same thing with this guy. We're going to drop the house on him, though, because we need this. We need this guy. Off season, he loves being at home. Boom, offer it. Let's take a look at this guy. We're going to drop this, and then we're going to schedule, we're going to schedule a visit with him if we can get there. There we go. He cares about playing at home. Boom. We're just going to keep focus on playing at home. This player wanted to play for us too. Contact his friends and family off season. He likes to play at home. Awesome. So we just dropped a lot of hours on these guys, but we have enough points to where we can look at the transfer portal. So let's go ahead and take a look. There's a QB who actually just left Northern Illinois. He's a scrambler. He's not really what we need, though. We're not going to take a look at that. There is a middle linebacker, but I'm hoping that we land what we need. So obviously there is really nothing for us in the transfer portal. That's pretty unfortunate. But let's take a look at the prospect list and see if there's anything else that we could potentially take a look at and snag if there's any players around. So we have middle linebackers already. We don't really need many of those, especially in a 3-4. Wow, looks like all the ones that we would want are like all. So this guy is a running back. I think we already have one. We have one looked at. We have a center, which actually, you know what? Let's take a look at that. And we have, who's this athlete? He's a run stopper. Okay, we'll take a look at that. And, wow, nothing but really middle linebackers for, like, big prospects. Ooh, a wide receiver. Okay, he's a deep threat, 5'10", 192. Chances are he has some speed. We're just praying he has speed because we need some speed. Always could use speed. Let's offer the scholarship. And I want to contact friends and family. We're going to scout him because I'm curious, because I just want to see why he hasn't been recruited yet. Contact friends and family. Contact friends and family. Now, pretty soon after the visits, we're going to be able to drop the house on pretty much all of these guys. I want to scout this player first. I just want to see. I'm kind of surprised he's not been recruited at all. His speed, 94. 94. His agility, 88. His catch is not good. His awareness is not good. His route running is not good. But his acceleration is through the roof. This guy is a straight speedster. We need him immediately. I like it. We are dropping the house right now on this guy. Speed kills. It doesn't even matter if it's a video game. Speed kills. I want to take a look at this guy. His tackle's good. His acceleration is good. His pursuit is good. His speed is good. His strength is good. His agility is good. We like this player as well. We're going to go ahead and switch. See, when you're doing off-season recruiting, you can actually do a little more. We don't really need to scout this guy. He's really just a fill player. So we have a couple extra hours. I do want to scout this player a little bit. I was kind of intrigued. So his pursuit's good. His tackle's good. This is a gem. Yeah, I figured so. He kind of looked like one. Perfect. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to next week. See if we can get some of these recruits to land. Yeah, nice. We got a left end. Oh, we got a right outside linebacker. And we got our middle linebacker. Holy guys, we just literally got a set of linebackers, all freshmen. They all committed. Holy cow, that is huge for this school. Absolutely huge. That's awesome. So let's go ahead and take a look at our prospect list. Dude, we are looking great. Wow, I can't wait to see how this translates. So this guy is not interested in all. That's not really that big of a deal. So we're going to go ahead and drop the house on this guy. Now, we don't really need any other recruits, so we're going to go ahead and just really focus on these. Send the house on this guy, and we're going to go ahead and send the house on this guy. Now, that's pretty much all we can do for the rest of these players. Let's see if we can schedule visits. They don't want visits, so let's go ahead and advance one more week, and if they don't want visits, we're just going to simulate. We have everything we want. We're looking absolutely fantastic. A halfback just committed. That's awesome. He's not going to play because we have that junior, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and take a look one more time. We'll see if they want to visit. If they don't, we're just going to pray that they commit because we only have one other week left. Now he has Jackson State all of a sudden on him, which is a problem for us. He doesn't even want to do visits yet. And this guy's getting interest from UCLA. They don't want to do visits. That's kind of a problem. They don't want to do visits at all. So we're going to go ahead, DM the player. It's not letting us for some reason. Weird. Okay. Oh, he needs to be top 5 school. That's why. Okay. Well, anyways, we're probably going to lose him. That's okay. I kind of figured, but he had some crazy speed. So I figured it would be worth a shot. Let's take one more look at them. This is our last week, so they can't even do visits. So either we're going to get them or we're not. We're probably going to get these two and this one. Oh, that's close. That's close. Oh, that's close. And we can't even. Oh, we can. He can come this week. Holy cow. That's huge. That's huge. Can you imagine if we can land this guy? So we won't really know until we check next year's roster. So you're going to have to watch the next video to see if we actually land Rashad Dragos. This guy looks like an absolute animal as far as speed. We need him. I hope we land him. We'll take a look. You guys will have to see the next video if we land him or not. We're going to go ahead and advance a week. And perfect. So National Signing Day, let's see how we did overall as recruiting. So honestly, our class was not bad. I was expecting way worse. Holy. Okay, let's take a look. Top classes, let's see if we can find. I would assume top 70. 65, not bad. Beat a Big Ten school, a couple other really good schools, Boise State. Awesome. So we ended up getting 17 recruits, 14 3-stars. That's actually really, really good for us. All right, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. Watch the next video to see how we do in year 2. Our class was actually way better than I thought. We got a QB, so I'm interested to see how a true freshman QB is going to do. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys another time.